All right, so you guys want to know how I met low tier God. All right, so this was at Evolution this last year. Um, my original, I don't call it a plan, but my original plan was to actually talk to him like a human being. I wasn't going to be a dick. I wasn't going to make fun of him or anything like that. I didn't. I felt that that was going to go nowhere, and I was somewhat correct with that. So I figured I'd talk to the man like a regular human being. Anyway, so I was walking through. I think I just finished my second game of Soul Calibur 6. I went in the pools for that, um, and I was walking by Soul Calibur, and I thought to myself, I'm gonna walk by Street Fighter or Smash and see if that man's over there. And Lord behold, I walk by, and I see the jersey. I forgot what color it was, pink jersey, purple jersey, whatever the hell it was. I saw the jersey and I saw Locher on the back of it, and I thought, all right, this is Dale. So I walk over and he's talking to some woman that doesn't look vaguely attractive. She looked like a guy. She looked like a guy. Actually, I'm gonna be honest. And I'm not making this like literally. This is not. I'm not trying to bash the man. I'm not trying to say anything that's odd or any of that stuff. I'm like literally saying exactly what I felt. So anyway, the woman looked like a dude, and I didn't make a comment about that. So I let that go. So anyway, so I look at him and I stand next to him, and yeah, he's like 6'4", 6'5", 6'3". And I look at him, and I look down his pants. I look at him, and I say, "Hey, man, shouldn't you be wearing, some different pants?" Or I made some crack like that, or like, shouldn't be wearing, you shouldn't be wearing like children's jeans, or because you're wearing like these skinny jeans that are as tight as I don't even know, like as big as my forearm is what his leg looks like. Like it's pretty tiny. So anyway, he made some comment back to him, and I talked to him. I said, "Hey man, I'm on a level with you. I'm one of your trolls. This is somebody that you're going to see in real life. Here I am." And he asked me, he says, like, what makes you troll, or what makes you do whatever it was. And I told him straight out. I said, I said that the shit you say is doesn't match what you're supposed to be in person, like flat out. That's how I said it. And it was more of like, I'm trying to level with the man as much as I possibly can by saying, look, dude, you're not supposed to be this. He calls it a character. He calls it, like his persona, or he calls it his alternate reality, or whatever the hell it is. And I told him, I said, no, you can't do that. Like, what you are online is what you should be in person. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, for me, in the Soul Calibur community, I'm good, but I'm not like super fantastic. I'm not like top 8 quality, top 16. I have made a top 8 in a major before, final round. I have made for Soul Calibur 5. I did make a top 8, so that I am happy for. And anyway, I'm not like the greatest, but personally, I've influenced a lot of players who play Maxi. I mean, that's why I play in Soul Calibur 6. I play Maxi, and I go by Maximum as my handle on the PC and as on PS4. Anyway, I've had top level players. They've talked to me and they say, "Hey man, how do you do X, Y? How do you do so much with the loops, and how do you confuse people when you play?" And I tell them, I said, "This is how I play. This is what I've been doing. This is how I do it." And if you ask some of the top Maxi players, Rich Sticks is one of them, and I rock the Maxi IRM as he goes by. He'll mention me. He'll say, I got my influences from Maximum because this is the way he loops. This is the way he plays. Anyway, the point of the matter is, I've said, you got to be nice to people. You generally got to be nice, because I'm a teacher. I teach, I educate, and the way I am in front of the class is the same how I am outside of the class. So if a kid were to see me at Costco, fucking Walmart, doesn't matter where, right? The kid sees me with the parent outside of class, they're gonna think, "Oh, that's my teacher. There's whatever. There's my math teacher." And I'd say, "Yeah, this is me. Here I am. Wearing a Save the Manuals T-shirt. I drive a manual transmission. I drive a 6-speed. So these are things that it's the parent can match the face to the teacher and say, okay, this is a nice guy, he's teaching my child. Same thing when you go online, when your persona, if you go in there and you trash talk and you say, your racial slurs, and you say you're this, and you say you're that, he's going to get, there's going to be some backlash. I've never once got backlash about anything that I've said or done online because I'm a genuinely nice guy. That's who I am. I'm not a dick. I'm not a dick. I'm not, I'm not an asshole. I don't shun people off. I may come off as an asshole, but I'm not racial slurring people to death. You go on Facebook or use social media, I'm not slandering anybody because it's just not who I am, because any of that stuff can be seen. It's a public forum. And what I told him is that you can't be doing that. He said, well, this is who I am, Delaney Sparrow, or whatever the hell he calls himself, the Covenant or whatever. And he said some shit. He said some stuff to me that I thought, I get it. It makes sense. And I'm going to say it because, whatever. He said to me he doesn't like the name Dale because it reminds him too much of his past. And that's legit what he told me, flat out. And, he said that. And I get it. He wants to create an alternate person online, whatever the case he wants to be. And I get it. But, if everybody goes around creating these alternate personalities of themselves based on something stupid that they did, years ago, we don't have like 7 alternate identities by now. Like for me, for example, I've done some stupid shit when I was in college. I take full responsibility for the things that I've done, and, I paid the price for it. But I'm not going to go around changing my name to something else because of the fact that, I own up to it. And whether, my wife tells me, or my mom or brother or dad, whoever, like anybody in my family were to tell me, you own up to it. It's not just, oh, that was Henry, that was Henry, that's my first name, Henry. That's who I am. Great. Now I'm calling myself, I can't even think of a fucking name. Whatever, you make it up. You make up a name. Jake. You say my name now is Jake. And Henry doesn't exist anymore. It's Jake. And everything is Jake. But again, on my license, on my social security card, on everything, my name is Henry. Like, that's just who I am. So he tried to do that. That was the first thing. And I hate to bore you guys with this giant long video, but I'm going to do it anyway because you guys wanted to know. So the second thing I said is June the King. I mentioned June the King. I said, look, he made this documentary. It's fair and square. Like, I said, everything that you said is clipped directly from you. There's nobody else. Nobody else dubbed your voice over something. Nobody else dubbed that you hate black people, or nobody else dubbed, you call this, you call that. And nobody else does. You said it, and you got to take ownership of it. You got to own up to being a man. You got to own up to it. He said, well, June King, he didn't get my permission. It's slander. It's defamation. But I said my main argument to that was, did you say it? Did you literally say what you said? And he didn't have an answer for that because he knew he was wrong. So that's the second thing. The third thing, and I'm not sure if you guys watched, there's a video of him playing Smash Brothers against 2 random people. I was actually standing next to the cameraman while Dale was playing, when he was playing Smash. So that's another thing. So I was actually watching it, and he said, walk with me, talk with me. And I told him, I said, I'm calling you Dale because that's your name. That's who you, and that's what the whole conversation about, not being my name. And I said, dude, I'm 38. I'm 38 years old. And by the way, he said that he's 29. That's what he said, legit what he told me. He said he's 29 years old. So whether or not you want to believe that, that's another story. But he legitimately told me he's 29. And I believed him for the most part. I said, look, man, whatever. I said, people call me Maximum, with Soul Calibur and the forums, and I get it. But like, when you're in person, I'm not the fucking online forum dude. My name is Henry. So whenever I introduce myself, I say, hey man, I'm Maximum, nice to meet you, shake his hand, shake a person's hand. I'm like, yo, I'm Maximum, but call me Henry, dude. Call me Henry. That's who I am. And when they call my name for the pools, they call Maximum, and I get it because that's who I am. That as character-wise, that's who I am. But in person, my name is Henry, and that's what people when they talk to me, it's yo Henry, it's H. People call me H. That's just my nickname for my own name, H. They say, yo H, what's up? Or this, that, the other, or yo H Maximum, come over here for they throw it in there, but they know that my name is Henry. Not all the time I gotta respond to fucking Maximum because again, it's not my name. So we talked about that, and then he went on some spiel about about, that's your generation. Your generation calls each other by their first names, and this, that, the other. I said, yeah, that's all fine, well, and good, but that's your name, dude. Your name is Dale. Like, there's no other explanations of shit. Your name is Dale. I'm gonna call you Dale. I'm not gonna call you Little Tree God. I'm not gonna call you Dawn Sparrow, whatever's got tattooed across his forearm. I'm not gonna call him. I'm gonna call him by his name because that's who he is. And then he gave the argument of, would you call Jamie Foxx by his first name of, I don't even know what Jamie Foxx, I forgot whatever the hell. Let's say his name is Jake. Would you go call Jamie Foxx by the name of Jake? No. I'm not, I mean, would I call him Jamie Foxx? No, I'm going to call him by his fucking first name. As a funny, if he's out in the crowd, right, I can guarantee, like I said, I don't even know his fucking first name, but, if I knew his first name and I saw him, like, in the corner, say I was walking, by some set in Hollywood. I live in LA, by the way. So, when I go through Hollywood, when I go through there, or, if I'm going through, downtown LA, they do a lot of filmings and shit like that. Like, they're filming the new Perry Mason, like, literally 3 blocks from my work. The new Perry Mason show that's going to be on. I don't even know what it's going to be on, but they're filming the Perry Mason show. It's literally 3 blocks from my work. So if I see an actor, I'm going to be like, yo, whoever, as I'm going by, 99% they're going to turn around and they're going to say, what's up? Or they're going to, say hi or whatever. And same thing if I did for Jamie Foxx. If I said, yo, Jamie Foxx, people are going to be like, whatever. But if I call him by the dude's first name, not everyone's going to turn around. Only he's going to know that because that's his actual name. That's the beauty part about it. So anyway, we talked about that. Giving the respect of, you don't know Jamie Foxx by his personal life, so you can't call him Jamie Foxx. Yeah, you can call anyone whoever the fuck you want. That's flat out. There's no respect. If you walk up to somebody and you shake the person's hand and you say, hey, nice to meet you, like a human being, names should go out the window. It doesn't matter. In my book, that's just what happens. So we talked about that. And then here's the kick in the pants. So here's like the tip top. I'm going to end it on this one. So after he was done getting his ass kicked and smashed, I told him, I said, where are the excuses now? What happened? My buttons weren't set, or this. I said, that's bullshit. You're coming to a tournament nerves. This is my first time. Blah, blah, blah. I said, dude, there's always things you excuses, but you got to own up to the fact you lost. And then the second game he played, I didn't see if he did his button bindings or whatever, sensitivity sticks. I don't play Smash. I don't play that shit. Anyway, he lost his ass again. And then I called him out. I said, yo, again, what happened? Well, this is my first tournament. I knew I was going to get bodied, all this jazz. And I said, if you take the game seriously, like everybody does, if you go to EVO, I don't know about you guys, but like I said, I went to EVO and I prepared. I looked up characters that I knew the character Maxie was going to have a hard time, or me personally was going to have a hard time with. I looked up that shit and I kind of did a little research and I played people and whatever. So that's me. You prep and then you come to a tournament. You knew you're going to get bodied, but it's like you don't take this shit seriously. So what do you expect? same thing with Street Fighter V. He doesn't take this shit seriously. And yeah, the man made it out of his pool, and I get that. I give him my hat. I tip my hat to him because he made it out of his pool. But that's as far as he got. In the years that he's been playing this damn game, he only makes it out of his pool one time. And this is, I'm not sure how he did in Street Fighter, Third Strike, or 4, or now he's at 5, but I'm not sure what his career was for this shit. But for 5, yeah, I saw you made it out of his pool. So it's like, congratulations, good job, dude. And the next time, hopefully make it to a top 32 or 64 or whatever it is. But, he gave me these excuses, and it held no water. But the cherry on the top was I got the man's phone number, like legit got his, like it's an actual phone number because he called my phone to that number, so I have his actual phone number, and I told him, I said, one time out of your stream, don't rage, don't be a dick, take shit seriously, compliment people, and when I go on Twitch, I stream. Now, granted, I only have like 3 viewers or some shit when I play my, Soul Calibur 6 or not Ion Maiden anymore. It's Ion Fury. It's a new retro first-person shooter. When that shit came, I had 2 or 3 viewers, but I'm not a dick. The couple of people that are talking, I'm not gonna be like, fuck you, fuck the game. I'm not gonna do any of that. But this man has hundreds of viewers, and I told him straight out. I was genuine when I said this. I said, look, you yourself, you can be huge if you really wanted to, but you choose to handicap yourself by doing these stupid things online, and this is what's happening. It's biting you in the ass. And you're getting the backlash for it. I said, just try one time, one stream. Try and be nice to somebody. Be nice. Compliment the way somebody plays. Try and get tips on how to play better. Because his fan base, I'm gonna be straight out. When I was talking to him, I think maybe 7 or 8 people came up to him and said, oh, hello, Turk God. I saw one guy wearing a jersey. And I even talked to him, and I'd say the average age of all of them was like 17, I think at the most. I think on the high end, maybe 20, 21. That was his fan base. And I even talked to one of them. I said, yo, why do you like this man? Just flat out, why do you like the man? And he said, oh, he's entertaining. This isn't real person. I said, but what happens if he offends somebody? Like, actually legit offends somebody. And they're going to come after him. What do you think that, nobody's going to do? I said, look at me. I said, I'm a troll. I'm a legit troll. Like, I hound this guy because he's a dick. And here he's telling me that his person, anyone who meets me in person is, I said that doesn't fly. And I gave a couple of examples like I've done before. And even the fan is like, oh, I don't know, because he's a personality, that shit just doesn't fly. You can't be a personality and not treat people with respect. You can't do it. Otherwise your ratings they're gonna plop. So going back, so he gave me his phone number and he told me tune into the stream, whatever the hell, and see if see how I am. I thought, okay, like I'll bite. I said, okay, I knew the man's gonna be full of shit, but I'm like, all right, cool, I'll bite. So I tune into his stream for 10 whole fucking minutes, which is like unheard of for me. I tune in for 10 minutes, and what do I hear? I hear F-bombs, I hear this, I hear that, I hear racial slurs, get that ass banned, whatever. And it seem low tier God. And I even text him. There was one match where he was playing some Captain Falcon, and I was watching it live, mind you. And he played some Captain Falcon, and the dude just timed it. The timing on this was impeccable. And it was like, Falcon, and you see the slow motion animation, the closed animation, and then like you see the characters go flying, 1,000 feet a second. And I texted him right there because he's like, oh, Captain Falcon this, Captain Falcon that. And I texted him and I said, yo, that Captain Falcon, that timing on it was amazing. Admit it. And he never replied back. So he's not going to change. He's not going to do any of that. Every time I see him at a tournament or whatever, I'm gonna bomb on him. Not physically, but like verbally. I'm gonna bomb on him, and I'm gonna give him shit. Because I told him straight out. I said, "Come on, like let's go work out. I'll give you this." And he kept He kept looking away. He kept looking around. He kept doing this, looking behind me, like whatever. And I'm almost looking at him, 95% of the time. The only time I'm looking away is because, maybe some dude's walking behind me or something. But, I'm walking behind, I'm looking at him, direct eye contact, like how I am with the camera. I'm looking at the camera 95% of the time. And I said, look at me, dude. I said, look, eye contact, pay attention to me. He said, oh, and then he says something that's like above me. He said, well, my acting classes has helped me a lot with the eye contact. And I said, well, you need to fucking work on it more, starting with me. Eye contact. And then I shook his hand at the end. And I said, man, I hope to God that you're going to change. He's not going to change. And I shook his hand, and his hand was a fucking limp noodle. And I thought, I said, shake my hand, dude. Come on, grab it, shake it. But that's my story, man. I know it's fucking 20-minute video, and I'm sorry, I probably rambled on other topics or whatever, but, basically, moral of the story, I don't think the man's going to change. I don't think he's, whatever, and he did say he was going to get a lawyer. He has a lawyer, for June the King. So, all this crap that he's saying, he's not going to stop, and it's just unfortunate that with a man that has such a large fan base, it's unfortunate, man. It is. Because he's got, and this is the teacher in me, the man's got potential to do whatever the hell he wants. But instead, he blows it away on stupid things. And he said he makes, $400 to $4,500 every month, which I think is a load of that's before taxes. We're talking tax, we're talking, say $3,000, at the most, which is, decent for a streamer, and I get it. But how long is that shit going to last? When is YouTube going to crack down on him? And now it's gone. How long is that shit going to come about? But that's my story. Again, I apologize, 20-some minutes. I'm going to put this on my YouTube channel. It's going to be unlisted. So, whoever I give the link to, that's it. I'm not going to let this share. Please do not, and again, this is going to be my disclaimer. Please do not share this. Okay? I'm trusting whoever the hell I give this video to. This is it. Okay? Don't share this. Don't send this out to the universe. Because again, I'm going to bust your ass. This I will bust your ass. Don't do it, please. I'm saying this because this is just this is how I encountered, Dale, Low Tier God, Delon Sparrow, whatever the hell he wants to call himself. That's it, man. Have a good day.